All right. Uh, so, you guys have wondered where I was, but I'm back. I actually came back Monday, but um, what ended up happening was I just decided, you know what? I think I'll just take a extended break to think about what I want to do next, and then it dawned on me just today. Chatting and sleuthing. So, first things first, to get the big thing out of the way. Who's up for some information? Now, I first heard about this on YouTube, and thought I'd bring it up. So this got updated recently, as in a whole 8 days ago. Look at this. Look. Just look at it! Kidding. So this right here, according to what I've read, yeah, now it says it. My phone was like, oh, mobile something dashboard. But it says here LSU02. Information to proprietors of earlier trademark registrations or applications. So, what could this mean? And not just talking about, like, what this is, hinting at. What does this actually mean? May I elaborate further? Because it's already in my search results. So, I have two things I've actually looked at. This is actually from EUIPO, but it says here, on request of the IR holder, within a period of 1 month from when WIPO informs the EUIPO of the thing. Yeah. There's also this right here. Says here, the office shall inform the proprietors of any earlier EU trademarks or EU trademark applications cited in the Union search report of the publication of the international registration designating the Union as provided for in Article 191. This shall apply whether or not the holder of the so what this means is that okay, so what I'm getting from this is the actual owner of this is letting the EUIPO know that, hey, we plan on using this again, so yeah. Now, why is this so important, huh? Well, I'll show you. I saw this was changed today. How so? Well, here's the thing. This right here was there, but not anymore. Ah, very clever. But when you go to join us, yeah, it's gone. So now, if you exclude the open application, because that's a miscellaneous thing, like for something on the side, we have 3D character artist, online programmer, technical artist, VFX artist, game AI programmer, graphics programmer, and pipeline programmer. Again, excluding this. This leaves us down to 7 job listings. Now here's where it gets interesting. Also, I'm no longer having those connection issues, which is good. It's good. It's not this that we're looking for. I highly recommend checking these people out. It's really cool. And actually, my phone rang. What I was gonna say though is that the person who runs this advocacy, this group of people wanting home to return, which it will. I'll talk about all the evidence there is. But basically, the person who runs this, and I'm not just talking about the website, but the actual like social medias, they actually follow me on Twitter. Their name is Graham Curry, and he is really nice. He's a very nice guy. Also, you're damn right, Jeff Keighley. But here's the thing. Shut up. My phone was like bling. Please don't compare this to VR chat, because PlayStation Home predates VR chat by quite a few years. Anyway. I've already done the Kayapurico heist. I didn't do it recently, the last time I ever did the heist was actually a couple months ago when they had the Panther statue. But, anyway, yeah, so, again, like I was saying earlier, oh, hey, viewer, what's up? What I was trying to say is, going back to that EU IPO thing, which I'll bring it up again, because again, I want to explain what it means whenever it says that. My phone went like bling again. Okay, so information to proprietors of earlier trademark registrations or applications. Okay, no, not that. Oh, there it is. Why did I do that? Okay, so basically what this means is that they're checking to see if it's them. I know earlier I said something completely different, saying that, oh, it's Sony letting them know. But I got that completely wrong, because I read into this just now and I was like, oh, that's what it means. Because it says here it's a surveillance letter. Now, a surveillance letter it's basically um, no, not that. So in this case, it would be for the European government. It's basically that it's a means of security to have the people behind the trademark, like, basically they have to let them know that, hey, this is our own intellectual property and we plan on using it. So yeah, so that's basically what it is. It says here, um, the owners of the earlier marks cited in the report will receive a surveillance letter in accordance with this. Unless of course they tell them not to. But basically it's a means of security for trademark holders. So because of that, basically Sony is letting, or it's basically the EUIPO letting Sony's PlayStation Lens studio know that, hey, you guys need to let us know that it's actually you, which it is. Now, the thing is to note, this actually goes under a different name now. Because now it's PlayStation Studios. But, just to let you know, this is still that same place. It is still the same people. It just goes under a different name. So, that's good. And here's the representative. Yeah. But what this means is that very, very soon, August 12th, we're going to be hearing about something big. And I'm not just saying that because I'm hopeful. I'm saying that because I feel like the thing that we've been wanting is just on the cusp of happening. Yeah. And, yeah. Yeah, these are just rumors, though, that it could be VR. But I do know that, like, I'm not saying I have insider information, but, I know this for a fact, though, because whilst, okay, so, I have plenty of things to say about the overwhelming amount of evidence that this is actually coming back. For one, why else would Sony update the trademark way back in 2019? And the timing of them wanting to use this trademark now, of all times, now, it tells me that Sony is getting ready to release Home again. Hopefully this time out of beta, and hopefully returning players like me will get our inventory back and all that stuff, because honestly, that'd be awesome. You know, like me as somebody who originally played home on PS3, which I actually have my PS3 again. Of course, the CMOS battery is dead, so I might have to get that replaced at some point, but I don't know how to do it. But what I will say though is that if it weren't for PlayStation Home, I wouldn't be interested in PSN at all. It's because of PlayStation Home that I became such a big fan of PlayStation and playing online on PlayStation. And ultimately, what made me such a big PlayStation fan is that introduced me to the massive world of PlayStation. And don't get me wrong, I also like Xbox. It's just PlayStation and Sega are my all-time favorite companies. Nintendo being a close second, and sorry Microsoft, but you're a close third. I'm not saying I hate Microsoft. Microsoft's a good company. It's just I've just been more of a Sony guy. But the thing is though, you have to think about something else. Something that I actually talked about a fair while back. And this was actually something that was first said back in March this year. And to look at it, you're going to have to hop onto this post. God, I'm tired. Not really. It's like nearly 10, but I'm not tired. It's just anyway, what I was trying to say is, so on the blog post from London CEO announcing the CEO co-heads, no, co-CEO heads, it was actually Tara Saunders who said this. But if you go down to the very bottom of this blog post, not blog post, but newsfeed, she says, "Yes, I want to dream big and realize our full potential, but at the same time ensure that there is a real emphasis on ethical and sustainable game development practices. We have super strong values in place that mean we should be keeping in mind the importance of inclusivity, balance, and team spirit on a day-to-day basis. Our next project has huge potential, and we want to leverage that to the max by empowering the team to thrive and deliver a top-quality game." To say that something has huge potential, you definitely wouldn't say that about any ordinary game, multiplayer or single player. But when you're talking about, I don't know, something like Home, because Home had plenty of potential. It just couldn't reach that full potential because it was sort of held back by the hardware it was on, so you can only do so much. Which was still impressive, but it wasn't like, you know, as impressive as what you could do nowadays. But here's something else to know. Alright? Now, that job listing that was disappeared was actually that multiplayer gameplay designer that I tried visiting on the website just earlier, and it said page not found. I checked last night on this website, on the London Studio website, and it was still there. However, this morning, whenever I turned on my computer and went onto the website, I checked, and sure enough, it was gone. And the thing about that is, that job listing mentions that it was a crucial role because it's for the next big project for PS5. Now you'll note it says PS5. They don't mention anything about VR except for the innovations that they brought. But I want to bring up something that's very, very consistent with the website. And that is that despite this very studio making PlayStation Home, even despite Home being a beta, so it never fully came out, there is absolutely no mention of PlayStation Home anywhere. At all. Ever. Nowhere on this website. And I have a personal theory about why that is. It's because of the fact that if they were to have listed it, and they still had those job listings, people would immediately know what they're working on, and there wouldn't be any surprise to it. And trust me, the fans of PlayStation Home know that they're working on PlayStation Home. To bring it back and make it even better than ever. To have all these new features like, I don't know, massively expanded public spaces and all new features and whatnot. But something else to note is in that same job listing that I mentioned earlier that's no longer here, it mentioned something about missions, like in their game. They don't mean missions like, oh, go over here and kill this guy. They mean missions as in like a task that you have to do, because a mission is another word for an objective or a task, like something that you have to do. And it mentioned that this will encourage players to share and play it with their friends. If that doesn't sound like a social interaction experience, I don't know what is. But it goes even further than that. Because that job listing that I kept mentioning earlier, like, here's the thing. Now, I want you to understand something. In all my times of checking on this website and seeing the job listings, which, by the way, I'm not saying I'm gonna apply for any of them because I wouldn't be applicable anyway because I live all the way here in the US, not in the UK, and I wouldn't even be qualified. But there have been no mentions of story on this game. There have been no mentions of soundtrack or audio design or anything like that. I know at one point there was something about, like cinematics and stuff, but what I believe that could be is similar to how PlayStation Home originally did stuff, like in the tutorials and stuff, where it would have these cinematics that would have some text accompanying it talking about what's going on, what you can do, and all that stuff. But here, it's just character artist, online programmer, technical artist, VFX, game AI, all this stuff. But, game AI. Now, the last time I checked on this and I was streaming, there wasn't much to it. Now, here it says, the team at PlayStation 1 Studio is looking for a senior game AI programmer to join their gameplay team. We want you to be the leading light for game AI development in our studio, working with designers in the wider studio team. You will utilize your experience and passion for developing AI and NPC behaviors, ensuring delivery of studio technology that can be depended upon to realize engaging and exciting gameplay. This is an exceptional opportunity for the right candidate to help shape a product that aspires to be best in class. Seems alright. Let's see what it is. Prototyping new AI features and explore creative ideas with an absolute focus on quality and the player experience. Designing, developing, documenting, testing, and maintaining highly accessible AI features in close collaboration with other programmers, designers, and animators. Design and development of wider gameplay systems, AI-related tooling, and implementing game content. I'll get to why this right here is important later. Troubleshooting gameplay-related issues throughout the team. Continuously striving to deliver a highly entertaining interactive experience. Proactively and methodically improving quality and efficiency. Oh. Oh, wait, hold on. One of the little rubber feet on my microphone fell off. I didn't notice until I looked right underneath my monitor stand, and I saw this black thing, and I thought, is that a bug? And I looked closer, and I was like, wait, no, it's just one of the rubber feet. But it says here, who you are and qualifications. Knowledge of various established game AI methodologies with particular focus on decision frameworks, pathfinding, and spatial evaluation techniques. Experience working with animation and character-related technologies. Experience working in small focused work groups and interfacing with a large multidisciplinary team. Excellent communication skills, approachability, passion, and aptitude for practical gameplay development. Excellent CC plus, not CC plus, excellent C++. I don't know why I said CC. I was about to say CC plus, not C++. Excellent C++ programming skills, efficiency in maths and 3D geometry. Good analytical and problem-solving skills. Robust software engineering and software architecture principles. Experience of working with and interfacing to a large code base, including systems such as graphics, physics, animation, audio, and networking. Objective profiling, analysis, and optimization skills. An appreciation of parallelism and the implications for system design with a methodical approach to debugging and problem solving in general. But here's where it gets interesting, and why this right here is so important, in my personal opinion, is this right here. Development of a network-focused title. You may be wondering, what the hell is that? Well, if I may be so inclined, okay, a network-focused title is... Oh, wait. There it is. So, basically what it is, well, this. This is what they mean by a network-focused game. And the thing is, the first thing that comes to my mind when I'm reading through this is how on PlayStation Home, if players didn't really have the opportunity to play with you or they didn't want to, some minigames would actually allow you to play with an AI opponent. Like, you would have your own computer opponent to play against. They had it on bowling, they had it on pool, I think. They had it on chess. They had it on a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, so that's what they mean by development of a network-focused title. is that someone who fills into this and has that desirable experience will have had to have worked on something that is related to social networking but is a game. And yeah. Um this right here is literally this. Also says PlayStation platform development, PC or other console-based development, or mobile applications and games. A successful shipped console or mobile title that achieved critical acclaim and did well in the market. So any one of those is a desirable experience, or all three of those. But the reason why that's so important for this is because, as I mentioned earlier, PlayStation Home had something where if nobody was able to play with you, you could have AI opponents to play with instead. The plot thickens. Online programmer. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Again, in that job listing that is now gone, it mentions that the project is for PS5, not VR related. It does mention VR in the description, but it's talking about the innovations that the London studio has done. But something that's missing is they haven't mentioned how innovative PlayStation Home was. Because they don't want to give it away. They don't want to give away what they're working on. If they reveal what they've been working on, then people will know straight away. And people will be like, oh, well, now we know. We aren't going to be that surprised. They want to wow people. They don't want to be like, oh, hey, we're working on this. Just so you guys know. It wouldn't be fun. That's the equivalent of, getting ready for someone's birthday, getting them a gift, and then the day of their birthday, just tell them, oh, by the way, I got you a new mini fridge. Have fun. Bye. Because now that they know what they're getting, they won't be as excited. They'll be like, oh, cool, a mini fridge. Thank you. But they won't be wowed by it. Because if you don't tell them what it is, like, if you don't reveal it, and then they open up their gift, and they see it's a mini fridge, and you didn't tell them, and they've really been wanting one, they'll be like, oh, whoa, a mini fridge! Thanks, dude! I really like that. It means a lot. See, that's what I mean. Like, now you know why Home is not listed. It's because if it was listed, then it's revealing exactly what they're working on. So, who's to say? Huh? Yeah, exactly. Pipeline programmer. Oh, yeah. Oh, mm, uh, uh. Anyway, okay. Pipeline programmer is related to the animation system, but something to note is that okay, here's the thing. Animation system. The thing is, London CEO hasn't even teased what they're working on at all. We're only getting little bits and pieces of an idea of what they could be working on, both by prior experience, as in, 2008 to 2015, you should know. For me, it was 2012 to 2014, because in December that year, I got my PS4 in 2014. But basically, I'm talking about home, right? 2008 to 2015. How long it lasted. But, they haven't teased or hinted at what they're working on at all. The only possible thing that could give us a slight clue as to what it could be, other than these job listings, is what Tara Saunders said towards the end of that newsfeed article, which is that their next project has huge potential. Again, you wouldn't say that about a single player game, because, you would only say that for something that has to do with online. Case in point, PlayStation Home come to PS5. Boom. And here's the thing. There have been absolutely no hints, no formal announcements of what they're working on. Like, our next game is going to be a story-focused FPS shooter or something like that. No. Because a game like that would require mocap. And the animation system probably wouldn't even need to be there, because it's all mocap work. The animation system implies that they're doing all the animating, by themselves. No mocap needed. But, let's delve even further. Graphics programmer. Again, no mention of VR. It just says PlayStation 5. Huh. This is talking about a next-gen IP. Okay. Now, what they mean by AAA game is not talking about, oh, that's how much you have to pay. What does AAA game mean? This is literally what it means. AAA doesn't have anything to do with, oh, you had to buy something like that. But what it means is... Ah! Pronounced and sometimes written triple A. Sorry, but I couldn't resist, alright? It says triple A here. Actually, hold on. It says triple A here, so I just had to do that. There we go. So I couldn't resist. But it says, is an informal classification used to categorize games produced and distributed by a mid-sized or major publisher, which typically have a higher development and marketing budget than other tiers of games. And, what's this? In the mid-2010s, the term AAA Plus was used to describe AAA type games that generated additional revenue over time, in a similar fashion to massive multiplayer online games or by using games as a service method. I guess home would be a AAA thing then, because for one, PlayStation Lens studio, as the name would imply, is a first-party studio for Sony. Because of that, they have a massive budget, and they're using that for their big project. And what they mean by huge potential isn't just the player base, it's talking about the absolute boatload of revenue that they'd be getting from that. And that's not even a bad thing either, because honestly... Okay, so here's the thing. Personally, I wouldn't mind paying real money for PlayStation Home again, if and when it does come back, which I know it will. When it does come back is something we'll have to find out for ourselves. But yeah, so... So... what could all this mean? Huh? I just came up with another theory. Maybe this is for like any just next gen IP that they make. Or it could very well be, and this is just a strange little theory of mine. So technically PlayStation Home itself isn't a brand new IP. However, when you factor in that it coming back would not necessarily mean that it's getting a sequel or a spin-off, and the fact that it was a beta, what does that mean? Well, let me tell you. That's not what I mean. Can a game revival be a new IP? Wait. Hold on. I have to search some. Never mind. I was wrong. Yeah, so the basic gist is that because of the fact that Home itself, like, PlayStation Home isn't like a narrative experience at all. It's just, a fun social interaction experience. So it's not, if it were to come back, it wouldn't be like connected, like, oh, it has a similar story, stuff like that. It would be a revival, but technically it would be a new IP because it was just a beta that was closed down. So them reviving it would be a brand new IP because it would be out of beta and it'd be fully ready for the audiences. Anyway, yeah, so, character artist, that's just for anything, I guess. I like yawning, by the way. I'm back. I just saw the most fucking wholesome thing I've ever seen on Twitter. Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting me to say that! But basically it was this video that, someone I follow on Twitter had shared, and, it was how people's dogs reacted to being kissed on the head. So, it was people filming them with their dog and kissing them on the head. And the dog would either just lay their head on their chest or just lick them or just put their head up to them to show trust, and it was so freaking cute. And one of the videos was a dachshund, and we used to have one. Why do you have to play with my heart, internet? You're so flawed, but you're so lovable. Anyway, okay, so I have plenty of things to talk about that, supports not just mine, but many other people's theories that PlayStation Home is in fact returning. One theory that I came up with personally is how Astro's Playroom has Easter eggs related to properties that Sony is currently developing for, or still supporting, or has plans on doing something with. For example, the PlayStation Home Easter egg. I'm going to show you what I mean, alright? Right over there is my TV. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, the angle might be a little shitty, but I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. I'm going to turn on my PS5 and go into Astro's Playroom, so that way I could show you. Is what I would be saying if it weren't for the fact that I don't have to do that. All I have to do is just, herp script. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The internet has saved us! Yeah, well, I mean, not all the Easter eggs, just, yeah. I guess this game does have a Twisted Metal Easter egg in the form of a trophy. Um, so basically, what I'm saying is a majority of the Easter eggs in Astro's Playroom are related to properties that Sony is planning on doing stuff with. Case in point, what does that tell you? What does this tell you? Now, this right here is the game engine that will be essentially multi-purpose. It'll have a whole lot of things it can do. Yep, that's right. Soho engine. Why is that important? And how does this relate to PlayStation Home? Well, look no further than these people. Soho. And as you can see, the owner is the same people. Huh. Makes you wonder. You know what? You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? Really, really, really want to know what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is August 12th. August 12th. And let me explain why. So, Roberto Serrano, who you may have heard of on Twitter, is fairly reputable when it comes to, predicting gaming events. He has been wrong before, though, but hey. We've all been wrong. But he had mentioned a couple of weeks ago that we have a PlayStation event, not a state of play, an event, coming up very soon before the end of the summer. And we just had a state of play on the 8th of July, which was several weeks ago, right here. Two Thursdays from now. And of course, in traditional Sony fashion, they're going to announce it 2 days prior, as they've done all the time for their events. But what I feel like is that considering the timing of come on. This July 21st. July 21st. Makes you wonder, huh? Really makes you wonder. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So this person, actually, all these people. And it says here, all I've wanted is for Home to be revived on PS4. Sony had mentioned they had no plans on doing that. But they didn't say they weren't going to revive Home. They just said it wasn't going to be on PS4. The thing about it is, however, PS4 also had a hard drive just like the PS3. So because of that, even if it was more powerful than the PS3, which it was by a long shot, the thing about it is that you're still using a hard drive, so loading times would be like... But on PS5, it'd be like... So would you rather have something brought back on something that has a similar kind of mechanism to the predecessor, or bring the thing out on something that has way better technology and can run it a hell of a lot better? But this person goes on to say, one of the biggest problems with loading times in Pop-In because it was just too big for the 3 to handle. If it does make a return, I hope against all hope that we can somehow reclaim previous content. I miss my Batcave apartment. Yes. I hope our purchase transfer over. I hope so too. And that's the thing I really, really would like. Is that if Home does come back, which I know for a fact it will, why else would Sony be doing that with their property? Because like this right here, like as I mentioned earlier, it's basically the EUIPO surveying what they're doing. Checking to see if, they are actually them, London Studio. So all London Studio and Sony has to do is say, these are the very same people who made this. It went under a different name back in the day, but these are exactly the same people. So because of that, yeah. But what I do hope, however, is that our items do transfer over, because that'd be awesome. Like, imagine in their announcement for it that they say, and as a special treat, returning players who originally played PlayStation Home on PS3 will be getting all of their content back for free, and any items that you purchase. And what I'm about to say is, in the event that they use a virtual currency instead of using microtransactions like they did. But essentially, my personal and my theoretical version of PlayStation Home is that it'll be just the same as it was before, only it's running on the new Soho engine, so it's got ray tracing, it's got dazzling graphics, it's got a smooth frame rate, still at 30 FPS, but it's like a buttery smooth frame rate. It's out of beta, of course, all that stuff. But then you have the replacement for microtransactions, which is virtual currency. You would obtain that through normal gameplay. But here's where it gets interesting. If you're a returning player, what could happen is any items that you purchased during the life cycle of PlayStation Home's beta, those items will still be in your inventory, but anything that you purchased will have their value converted into how much it would most likely be in the virtual currency, and it'll be given to you in that value. And I mean the total value of everything that you ever purchased, not just, oh, you have to do everything individually. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, essentially, what we're seeing is that, if Mr. Serrano is correct, all eyes are on this. No, not that. This. But that's where I'm gonna end. I know the stream was a little short, but I will admit, it feels pretty good to stream again. I haven't done it in a few days. Okay, over a week, I mean. Because, I wanted to stream as much as I could before the GTA Online DLC came out. And, then after that, I wasn't able to stream for, about a week. Because, like I said, Tuesday I wasn't able to stream because I usually stream at night. There have been times where I've streamed during the day, and I do plan on doing that for the PlayStation event in August. And, of course, for the PlayStation experience whenever that comes around. But, basically, yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, then follow me if you want. I'll be uploading this to YouTube whenever I can as a video on demand, so look forward to that. But in any case, I'll see you later. Night.